Hello and welcome. This is Christine from Create and Stamp. I'm coming to you from my studio in Upper Tantallon, and I will show you a Christmas card. The card is part of my July Be Merry 365 class, and we are using the the Evergreen Elegance bundle, which does include the Evergreen border punch. For this card, we don't need the border punch. Actually, I'm using a different punch for that. So I'm using the Pine Tree punch, which has been around for a while, and I'm using a new embossing folder. It's one of two. So this is the wintry 3D folder, and I will show you what I'm going to do with that. And the layer 1 has been die cut with the largest of the scalloped contour dies. And in my sample here, I'm using the Soft Succulents Glimmer Vellum or Shimmery Vellum cardstock. I did not have enough supplies, so I ended up, for my sample that I'm going to film here, I tried and I don't like it. So I tried to use the pale papaya. No, that doesn't look right. So I'm gonna set that aside. I'm just gonna use soft succulent as background rather than the vellum, just regular soft succulent cardstock. So this is the card, and now let's get started. So here we go. This is the card base, standard card base for an A2 card, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and we're gonna just reinforce our crease. That's the vellum for the inside, and these are the layers for the outside. So let's do the layers for the outside first. The paper I'm using here is the DSP from Tidings of Christmas 6x6 pack. So you see, now I've used a bit out of it already. So it has a lot of different patterns and a lot of one and the same. So it's great for if you want to make more than just one card. And now I want to show you the other side. The other side looks like this. It doesn't have to be Christmas. And stripes. And that's the one that we're using here, and then more stripes. And more Christmas. And the last one is this. Yep, so that's the DSP we're using. So there's 48 sheets in this. And I'm gonna put this on my die cut. So that fits perfectly. So what I did is I embossed a piece of Evening Evergreen cardstock by running it through this wintry 3D, and then I just punched out my trees. And so that's the one that I want to have up. So they have like little pine. It's just a textured background, and they will go on top here. So I'm going to layer this. So layer 1 and layer 2 go right onto the card base. This one. All right. And then we can do some stamping. I will set these trees aside. We're going to do some stamping for the inside. So on the inside, what I did is I stamped the words, and I stamped another one of these, like it's sprigs hanging from the ceiling or from the top of the card. Okay, so this will be in Evening Evergreen. make sure it's at the top. Yep, that works. And then I'm gonna put the words right below it. All right. And we'll need that right after. And I'm gonna glue that right in so it doesn't get lost on my table here. So I'm just gonna, these are quick cards. These are cards that are meant to be, you could mass produce them if you need 10. It shouldn't be a difficult task to do them. And as you see, if you don't have the shimmery vellum, just use your regular cardstock. Okay, so this is for the inside. Now we need to stamp the strip for the outside. I'm gonna clean up here. So I need my strip of vanilla to stamp on the Merry Christmas on. Where's my stamp? Is here, and there's my ink. So there is my piece of paper, and so that's vanilla, very vanilla again. So I'll just ink it up. It doesn't matter, you just stamp it down, and then we're gonna cut it out. All right, close this up. And then I'm just, so you just go around. It doesn't have to be right on the, following all the letters. And I'm gonna make a little notch here too. All right. Cleaning up. Okay, so we got our Merry Christmas, and now we need to, it's important that you layer that on a lot of dimensionals. So I have little strips left over from my mini dimensionals, and I'm just gonna use these long ones, the edges, and you can do the same. So that is one way of using up my edges. I'm just gonna put them all on right here. And this end, I'll put a big one in the middle. I just don't want it to buckle or move on me. And one more here. Yeah. Okay, so I always like to see where I want them. So it goes here, and one tree will be popped up and the other one will be glued down. So I'm going to glue down the first tree. And I'll let it stick out a bit. And for the second one, I'll take dimensionals. And once the trees are on, then I can figure out where I want my Merry Christmas. So now let's take all the paper off these. The other day I did that, and I took I think I forgot like the important pieces of paper, and I couldn't figure out why this tag didn't look right. It wasn't attached. The backing of my paper, of my dimensionals wasn't off. So now I'm going to attach or embellish with some bling. So here we go again. We have, yeah, you can see I've, these are hard to come by, so I have included what I have in your packages, but you can use these in color. They are called the in color jewels, and you can also, I'm going to use these here. If you don't have the in color jewels, I'll show you in a second what else you could use. We also have these. They work well with that. So these are the blue adhesive backed ones. So they look really good, the smaller ones. There's the green. They look really well on here as well. So there's the card. Card 1, card 2. And you're gonna make 2 of these. Happy stamping. And I hope to see you back for the next card. Bye-bye.